Michael Jordan was not always a legend. Before the championships, before the fame, before the world knew his name, he was just a teenager with a big dream. And one day, that dream was crushed. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Not benched, not given fewer minutes. Cut. He didn't make the varsity team. Coaches chose other players instead. Players they believed were better, taller, stronger, more ready. Michael went home that day and cried. Not because he was weak, but because he cared. He locked himself in his room. He felt embarrassed, ashamed, angry. He imagined everyone talking about him, laughing, saying he wasn't good enough. That moment stayed with him forever. Most people would have accepted it. Michael Jordan didn't. Instead of quitting, something inside him changed. The pain didn't disappear, it sharpened. The next day, he went to the gym. And then the next day. And then every day after that. He practiced when nobody was watching. He trained harder than anyone else. While others rested, he worked. While others felt comfortable, he pushed himself. That cut became fuel. He didn't talk about revenge. He didn't complain. He trained. Slowly, his skills improved. His confidence grew. His mindset hardened. He stopped fearing failure, because he had already felt it. The next season, Michael Jordan didn't just make the team. He dominated. But even then, the doubt didn't fully disappear. People still questioned him. They said he was talented but emotional, competitive but selfish, good but not great. Michael remembered everything, every doubt, every rejection, every moment he was overlooked. He carried it with him, not as anger, as motivation. And that was only the beginning. Because the world was about to test him again. On a much bigger stage, after the cut that broke his heart, Michael Jordan never forgot how it felt to be overlooked. When he returned to basketball, he played with something new inside him. Not just talent, purpose. Every drill mattered. Every game mattered. Every mistake became a lesson. As he moved into college basketball, the pressure increased. The competition was stronger. The expectations were higher. Many players were talented. Many wanted the spotlight. Michael wanted something else. Respect. In practice, he pushed harder than everyone. He demanded more from himself than any coach ever could. He didn't just want to be good. He wanted to be undeniable. Teammates noticed his intensity. Some admired it. Some were uncomfortable with it. He hated losing. He hated excuses. He hated anything that looks like weakness. People said he was too competitive. Michael heard that before. In big moments when games were close and nerves are high, he wanted the ball. Not because he was selfish, but because he trusted his preparation. He believed pressure revealed who you really are. And when the moment came, he delivered. A clutch shot. A fearless drive. A calm release. Suddenly, people stopped asking. He belonged. They started asking how far he could go. But even as his name grew, doubt never fully disappeared. Critics said he relied too much on athleticism. They said he wouldn't dominate at the next level. They said professional basketball was different. Michael listened and stored it. When he entered the professional league, the stage became massive. Bright lights. Fans noticed. Opponents noticed. But success brought a new kind of criticism. They said he scored too much. They said he couldn't make his team better. They said individual greatness wouldn't win championships. Michael heard it all, and it bothered him. Not because it hurt his ego, but because it challenged his goal. He didn't just want to score. He wanted to win. He wanted to silence the one argument that followed him everywhere. That he couldn't lead a team to the top. So he went back to work. He studied the game. He improved his defense. He learned how to trust teammates without losing his edge. He pushed himself physically and mentally to another level. Losses hurt deeply, but they also sharpened his focus. Every playoff defeat added weight to his motivation. Every early exit reminded him of the cut from high school. The feeling of being told he isn't enough. He refused to feel that again. Michael Jordan was building something inside himself. Not just a career, a mindset. And the world was about to see what happens when talent meets obsession. As Michael Jordan's talent became obvious, the expectations grew heavier. Scoring came easily to him. Winning championships did not. Season after season, the same story repeated. Michael played at an unbelievable level, but when the playoffs arrived, his team fell short. Strong opponents stood in the way. Physical defenses targeted him. Critics watched closely. And then the questions started again. They said Michael Jordan was great, but not complete. They said he could score, but not lead. They said he cared more about winning one-on-one battles than winning titles. Those words cut deep, because they sounded familiar. They sounded like the voices from high school. From the day he was cut. From the people who said he wasn't ready. Michael didn't argue with the critics. He internalized them. Every playoff loss stayed with him. He replayed moments in his head. Missed opportunities, mistakes, times when he felt helpless watching the season end. Losing hurt him more than pain ever could. It affected how he trained. He trained harder, longer, smarter. He focused on his body. Strength training became serious. He built muscle, so defenders couldn't push him around anymore. He worked on endurance so he could dominate. Late in games, he also worked on his mind. Michael learned that being the best player wasn't enough. He had to become the strongest presence on the court. He had to demand excellence, not just from himself, but from everyone around him. That made things uncomfortable. Some teammates didn't like his intensity. They said he was too demanding, too harsh, too serious. Michael didn't care. He believed comfort was the enemy of greatness. He pushed teammates in practice. He challenged them publicly. He expected them to match his effort. Not because he wanted control, but because he wanted to win. Slowly, something changed. The team grew tougher. Practices became battles. Confidence began to spread. Michael also changed how he played. He trusted teammates more. He passed at the right moments. He defended harder. He didn't lose his edge, he sharpened it. Opponents noticed. The same teams that once bullied him now struggled to stop him. The same defenses that once broke now broke themselves trying. Still, championships didn't come immediately. More losses followed. But these losses felt different. They felt closer. Michael Jordan was no longer just chasing greatness. He was approaching it. And deep inside, he knew something important. If he stayed this disciplined, if he stayed this obsessed, if he stayed this focused, the revenge would come. Not in words, in trophies. Everything Michael Jordan had been working for finally came together. The work, the pain, the failures, they all began to make sense. Michael was no longer just the most talented player on the court. He was the strongest mentally. He had turned pressure into focus and criticism into fuel. When the playoffs arrived again, something felt different. Michael felt different. He didn't rush. He didn't panic. He didn't force moments. He trusted his preparation. Game after game, he delivered. Big shots. Tough defense. Calm leadership. When the moment demanded courage, Michael stepped forward without hesitation. Opponents felt it. The fear. They knew he wouldn't back down. They knew he would keep attacking no matter how hard they pushed him. He didn't just want to win, he wanted to dominate. Then it happened. Michael Jordan won his first championship. The feeling was overwhelming, not because of the trophy, but because of what it represented. Every doubt from high school, every critic who said he couldn't lead, every voice that said he wasn't enough, they were all answered. But Michael didn't stop. He didn't relax. Instead, he became more dangerous. With the pressure lifted, his confidence exploded. Championships followed one after another. Michael Jordan became the standard everyone else was measured against. He won titles. He won awards. He won respect. The same critics who once questioned him now searched for words to describe him. The same opponents who once challenged him now feared him. Michael Jordan had become unstoppable. But what made this dominance special was not the talent. It was the memory. He never forgot being cut. He never forgot crying in his room. He never forgot feeling embarrassed. He never forgot being told he wasn't good enough. Those memories kept him hungry. While others celebrated success, Michael stayed focused. He trained with the same intensity he had when nobody believed in him. Because he understood something important: success doesn't erase pain, it gives it meaning. Michael Jordan wasn't playing just to win games anymore. He was playing to prove that rejection can become power if you don't let it break you. And still, the story wasn't finished. Because the greatest revenge isn't winning once, it's doing it again and again. In the end, Michael Jordan's story was never really about basketball. Basketball was just the battlefield. The real story was about rejection. Being cut from his high school team didn't just hurt him, it shaped him. It taught him what failure feels like. It taught him what doubt sounds like. And, most importantly, it taught him how easy it is to be overlooked. That moment never left him, even when he became the best player in the world, even when he won championships, even when crowds cheered his name. Inside him was still the kid who was told he wasn't good enough, and that kid kept him hungry. Michael Jordan didn't succeed because he avoided failure. He succeeded because he faced it early. He learned that talent alone is never enough. Discipline matters. Mindset matters. Obsession matters. The willingness to suffer quietly matters more than applause. Every time someone doubted him, he didn't respond with words. He responded with work. Every time he failed, he didn't quit. He adjusted. That is the difference between people who dream and people who dominate. Michael Jordan became great not because he was perfect, but because he refused to